Live from Cubetta Stadium in Stamford, Connecticut, this is the championship of the Pod G CT American Legion Tournament here in 2019. The winner is headed off to the Super Regionals. It's Stamford, post number 3, taking on post number 76 from North Haven. Good morning, good afternoon, I should say, everybody. In blank, alongside Cameron Mena and Cam. This is what you play for, a chance to go to the Super Regionals, and if you can win that, you get to go to the State Championship Series, yes, but the New England Regional is more important.
There was no one more excited than Coach Murray of Stamford. I heard him in the huddle right before the team took infield, outfield, right in the dugout. He said, "We're the best team in the state. We got to go play like it today." He has that confidence, and this team has been in this spot before. They're experienced. They're ready to go. They know what this game means.
So here's the deal for today. In about 3 minutes, we're going to kick things off. If Stamford wins, that's it. They win. They're going to the They're going to the Super Regionals. 4 more teams. It'll be in Meriden, I believe. Yes, it's in Meriden, and we'll get more on that later. If North Haven wins this first game, there will be a second game 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1. That will decide who goes. So again, Stamford wins, we're done. If North Haven wins, we play one more time. And no time like the present to get us our starting lineups. Cam, why don't you start with the visitors, post number 76 from North Haven.
North Haven has the leadoff hitter, Mason Bomber, who will be in center field. Zach Pinchinse will be in right field. He'll be the number 2 hitter. Kevin Lucy will be the first baseman. David Cristoforo will be behind the plate doing the catching. He's in the cleanup spot. Ryan Sullivan will be on the mound in the 5-hole. Daniel Canavoncola, a lot of crazy names in this lineup. He'll be in the 6-hole playing third base. Cole Zalgowski will be at shortstop. Nick Rossi in the 8-hole playing second base. And Owen Silk will be in the 9-hole playing left field for this North Haven squad.
For Stamford, post number 3, predictable starting group. Noah Skog leads off playing second. TJ Wainwright then plays short. Batting third, Joey Scarrad plays in the catcher's position. Reed Giswaldi in right bats cleanup. Joseph Gambino batting 5th plays first. Shane Hackett batting 6th plays third base. Batting 7th is the DH Matt Wurz. And batting 8th in center field, Bobby Cribbin. And rounding out the order, batting 9th in left is Jaden Dawkins. He's a really powerful guy to have in the 9 spot.
Yeah, most of the year he batted in that 1 hole where Skog is right now. Jaden Dawkins was that 1 hitter, but him in the 9 hole really rounds out this order, gets your second leadoff hitter. Another guy in this lineup that we haven't seen too much of when we did Zone 4 baseball, Bobby Cribbin, I think coming off injury or worked his way in the lineup. That moves Jaden Dawkins to left, where Jaden Dawkins mostly played center field throughout the regular season.
Stamford on the mound will throw Jay Lockwood. They're going to have a DH. North Haven will not. We are just about ready, so why don't we take a quick commercial break. When we return, we've got baseball. Stamford and North Haven. If it's Stamford, they're off to the Supers. If it's North Haven, we play one more. Back in a bit on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, Support for Scouting, and many others. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veteran service organization in the nation, with 2.5 million members. And when you add to that the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion, we have a family of 4 million members, working hard every day for our veterans, our youth, and our communities. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion, we're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
We're back here at Cubetta Stadium. Aiden Blank, Cameron Mena. We hope you are enjoying your what is it now? I don't even remember. It is now a Thursday afternoon, so we hope you're enjoying your Thursday afternoon wherever you may be, whether you're at work or at home just hanging out. North Haven comes in 2-1. They won their opener, then fell to Stamford in extra innings, and then won their game yesterday to advance today. And we'll pause now for our national anthem. Always a chilling moment when you can hear that before you get going, especially in a playoff game like this. Should be a good one, Cam.
Yeah, to be a player on the field right now, the emotions are everywhere. The one thing for Stamford and North Haven, this is such a big game. You got to keep the emotions to a level where you can go out there and play baseball. Such an important game. Both sides so excited and ready to play baseball. Jay Lockwood on the mound for Stamford. We've seen some great pitching performances from Post 3 Stamford. We've seen guys on the mound, and they've done their job. Coach Murray puts the right guy on the mound at the right time and really trusts everyone on this team. Also, a very accurate and good infield, does not make a lot of errors. Shane Hackett at third, T.J. Wainwright at second, T.J. Wainwright at short, Noah Skog at second, Joseph Gambino at first. A very good infield. Guys that have good chemistry and just don't make a lot of mistakes. And when you don't make a lot of mistakes, you win baseball games. And that's why this Stanford squad has just been so good all year long, only losing 3 games in the regular season, and they're in this championship game right now for a reason. North Haven on the other side, another team that has done their job to get here. I've not seen a lot of them with them not being here in the Fairfield County, but a team that deserves to be here and playing against maybe the best team in the state throughout the regular season, Post 3 Stanford did.
Yeah, they had to have a big win yesterday, but they are here and they're ready to get things going. They have a good bench. Both these teams have brought significant benches But again, here we go. If Stanford wins, we're done. If North Haven wins, we play one more to decide who moves on to the Southern Super Regional. Just about ready. The Stanford contingency hanging out on the mound. We are on YouTube, and we do have both of our phones open, so you're welcome to let us know where you're watching from, either at home or work or wherever, cheering on either Stanford or North Haven. We are just about ready for baseball. Leadoff guy is Mason Balmer. He stands in. First pitch, swinging a high fly ball on the infield. It's the second baseman, Skog. One pitch, one out for post 3.
Good pitch right there. An aggressive at-bat first pitch from Balmer, but getting a first out right there just gets Stanford on their feet and excited. It's crazy how in a playoff game and a championship game, one pitch can be such a momentum changer.
One out in the inning. That'll bring up the 2-hitter, Zach Pinchinse. After Balmer flew out, Pinchinse hitting for the right side, takes one down low, 1 ball, no strikes. That one misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Pinchinse. Lockwood's 2-0.
Oh boy.
Down Broadway for a called strike. And the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Going for the windup, the 2-1 with 1 gone, just underway. Fastball misses high and upstairs, 3-1. Lockwood did not fall behind in the count too much the last time we saw him. Not a good sign that he's this far behind early. 3-1. Misses outside, and it's a 5-pitch walk for the 2-hitter Pinchinse, and now Kevin Lucy comes up with a man on and 1 out.
This is the guy you went up right now, your 3-hitter with a runner on. Usually those 1-2 guys, good wheels in the base paths, looking for North Haven to get Pinchinse in scoring position.
It's the runner back at first. That one misses just low.
A pretty big leg kick from Lockwood from the stretch. Look for Pinchinse to go on this pitch. Let's see if he goes slide step.
Ball, no strikes to Kevin Lucy. Runner goes. Ball, throw to second, not in time. A speedy Pinchinse gets in, and a runner in scoring position for North Haven.
I think North Haven found the weakness of Stanford. Runners on base. Got to look for Lockwood to get rid of that full leg kick, go slide step, and didn't go with it right there.
This one little bouncing ball, foul first base side and out of play. Kevin Lucy will play first base when North Haven comes back out on D. Jackson back at second with Pinchinse off. High fly ball. Is this a tag ball? Sprinting in is Cribbin, and it's over the head of the shortstop, Wainwright. A disastrous play for Stanford. 2 on and 1 out in the opening inning.
That right there is just bad communication between Bobby Cribbin and TJ Wainwright. That's Bobby Cribbin's ball as a center fielder. He has to call Wainwright off and come in and be aggressive and make a catch. Just lackadaisical play right there for Stanford. Cost them runners on first and second.
If you're Stanford, you can't get too comfortable. Yes, you have to get beaten twice, but North Haven took this team to extra innings in their opening matchup. And yeah, they had to play yesterday, but they had a few days off before then. So North Haven has had a few days of rest. It's a team that really wants to move on, and they want a shot at Stanford. Here's the cleanup guy, David Cristoforo, with 2 on, and he hits a little bouncing ball in front of the plate. but it looked like it either fouled off him or fouled off the plate.
Didn't look like either to me, and it just looked like he was very early in that pitch, but we'll do it again anyway. This really is an inning for Lockwood to show his character and his talent on the mound. Trying to get out of this with 0 runs. Already has 1 out. Trying to bounce back right here with heart of the order.
It's going to set the tone for the rest of the game.
It will.
Lucy on first, Pinchinse on second. 1 down in the inning. Top of the first just underway. Stanford needs a win. This ball is roped and gone. What a shot. David Cristoforo. You knew it had a chance the minute it left the bat, a home run, and it's 3-0 North Haven.
David Cristoforo gets the inside fastball as a lefty and smokes it. Didn't have a lot of height, but a line drive that was just a missile over the fence. That right there is just a momentum changer. North Haven pumped up in the dugout, up 3-0.
How crazy was that? What a shot. So Cristoforo goes yard. First pitch, a strike to the 5-guy Ryan Sullivan, the pitcher. Trying to help himself out. Pops one up. Another one shallow in the outfield. This time the center fielder Cribben makes the catch for the second out.
Cribben came onto that ball a lot faster and a lot more aggressive than the last one. Kind of knew that that run was not his fault, but by the body language and coming on that one, he knew he learned his lesson to make a play right there.
If you're just joining us, David Cristoforo just moments ago blasted one out. It was barely fair, but he smoked one. That first pitch misses ball 1. And North Haven, the significant underdogs in this game, take a 3-0 lead. Misses outside. Stanford with an opening round victory over Orange, and then took down North Haven to get to this round. Misses down low. This is Daniel Cavacchiolo in for a called strike. 2-1. Cavacchiolo. Little ground ball to third, picked up by Hackett. He'll go across the diamond to end it. But that was rough. Stanford in an early hole. We go to the bottom of the first. And the #1 team in the state up against the ropes. It's 3-0 North Haven in the Pod G Championship here on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, Support for Scouting, and many others. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to
President Roosevelt signed the Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American Legion.
Thank you all of the American Legion.
We have millions of veterans that are members of our organization.
Thank you.
the American Legion, celebrating a legacy of service to America. Find out more at legion.org.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people, but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself. You're able to grow in so many ways. Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus. That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
We're back here on SportingNewsCT.com. The first pitch misses ball one to Noah Skog, the second baseman. Stamford in an early hole. And he strokes one in the air, but caught out in left field by Owen Silk.
Good stick. Good little piece right there. Got a bit too much under it, but got it right in the gap. Not a bad swing by Skog.
One out in the inning, and that'll bring up the two-hitter TJ Wainwright. Product of West Hill High School. They had an all right season this year. Not fantastic, but they went to the state playoffs, and I think the expectations were a lot higher than they really performed. Check swing on an inside pitch, 0-1 to the shortstop. Joseph Scarad waiting on deck. Skog flew out, and he waits on a curveball. That was put perfectly. That was a really lot of movement and not a lot of speed. If he had been ready for it, could have belted it. 1-1, taken on the ground, back up the middle, base hit.
That's you, TJ.
Wainwright will go to first, and now here's Joseph Scarad to try and bring him in.
I think he knew that fastball was coming. Perfect timing. The curve, the pitch before, he said he's not going to come back-to-back curve, so looked for the fastball and drove it. Nice job by Wainwright.
It's going to bring up Joseph Scarad. He's the catcher today. Calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. First pitch in for a cold strike, 0-1.
Would, what's his name still be eligible, or probably not, if he was still around? The big goof. What was his name?
0-1. Another nasty, slow curveball, and another ball misses. Ball and a strike.
Or would he be done? I think it was a year more than Chris.
He'd be done, yeah. He'd be done. Yeah, last year would have been his last year.
He was a freak athlete. Yeah, he really was.
1-1 coming to Joseph Scarad. Swinging a foul ball back towards us. A little bit over our broadcast position. And the count 1-2.
Ready to run third for a play at third. He put it into another gear and ran it down. I was like, so relieved.
North Haven, a big shot to begin this game. They lead it 3-0. Checked his swing. That's a ball. Throw to first, and Wainwright's back safely.
Oh, wow.
Was that a strike?
Wow, they called
it. Was.
They called it strike 3.
That was one of the odd calls I've seen.
At first, I thought the base ump was calling Wainwright out at first, but it was just a check down for the strike 3.
So they'll say he went around on the high fastball, and after Scarad strikes out, here's Reed Giswaldi. First pitch to him, foul back over our broadcast position.
Take a look. Right at you, kid. Right.
Giswaldi ready, hitting for the right side. 0-1 misses down low, 1-1. It'll be Giswaldi, then Gambino and Hackett if we can get that far. Stanford in trouble early. It is not an elimination game for them. It is for North Haven. Again, should Stanford lose, we play one more. It will be an elimination game for both teams that will come up 30 minutes after this one. As the late afternoon shadows start to roll in. A curveball misses outside part of the plate.
Nice crowd here at Cubetta Stadium from both sides. Filled out for these Stanford fans.
2-1 with 2 down and 1 on here in the bottom of the first. Time is called. just before he threw the pitch.
He's dead now. How long has Nick been dead? Probably about 11 years, 10, 12 years. Yeah.
He did at least 10.
Yeah, he did my dad's games. My dad's 89. He did all of them.
He did all of them.
Yeah, every one of them.
2-1.
I remember sitting here one night.
That is strike 2.
Oh, Tommy rung him up.
Was a little worried there the umpire made the strike 3 call,
Yeah, it looked like it.
but no.
I remember here one time.
2 strikes, Cy Gaswaldi. The 2-2 with 2 down and 1 up. Bottom of the first. Swinging a ground ball. Nice athletic move by Sullivan on the mound, and he makes the play. So for Stanford, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. They strand 1. We go to the second. Back in a bit on SportingNewsCT.com.
Just like he looked at me like.
President Roosevelt signs Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American
Thank
Legion.
you all of the American Legion.
We have millions of veterans that are members of our organization.
Thank you.
The American Legion, celebrating a legacy of service to America. Find out more at Legion.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people, but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself. You're able to grow in so many ways. Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus. That's definitely a plus, I'm not gonna lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
Back on SportingNewsCT.com, Aiden Blank, Cam Man is so happy to have you with us. 3-0 North Haven on a home run back in the top of the first from David Cristoforo as we go to the top of the second. Stanford in a deep hole, looking to avoid giving up any more runs. It'll be 7, 8, 9 due up in this inning. Zilgowski, Rossi, and Silk all due up for North Haven. As Lockwood stays in. Despite a pretty rocky first inning. Faced all but 3 of the North Haven batters. Rocks and deals, first pitch. In for a called strike to the shortstop, Cole Zilgowski, I should say. A little before 1:30 as he strokes one in. That's their 3rd hit of the day. And the shortstop leads things off with a base hit here in the second. Beautiful blue skies overhead. Shade has now totally consumed the playing surface here at Cubetta Stadium. Try and get some weather for you when we can. That'll bring up the 8-hitter, Nick Rossi. Second baseman lays down a bunt. Going to be a very tough play to first. It was dropped on the base. Now going to third is Zilgowski. And they got him. What a play at third. A heads-up play by the first baseman, Gambino. And Stanford's able to keep a runner off the bases.
Great heads-up play right there. Messed up a bit on the transfer. At first base was Gambino, but a heads-up play and threw it on a dime right to Hackett at third.
Oh, and Silk will stand in. So are we scoring that an E1 or an E3? Because it was absolutely an error, but honestly,
I'd probably call it an E1, and then
the question was the throw good enough? Because if the throw was good enough, it's an E3. There's a base hit up the middle. Simple scoring there from Owen Silk. And now we're back to the top of the order with Mason Balmer. I'm going to score it an E1 because I think the throw is a bit high. So Rossi goes to second. Owen Silk with a base hit. And again, here comes the center fielder who flew out to short, only saw one pitch in his opening at bat. First pitch, ball one. Top of the second, 1 out and 2 on. Here it comes. That one in for a called strike as well. One and one the count. Balmer looking to make it 1 for 2 in the day. He's 0 for 1 currently. 1-1. Bouncing ball blocked by Scarab, but it goes all the way off to towards the North Haven dugout, and that'll cause runners to move up to second and third.
Big chance right here for Balmer. Get a base hit in the outfield, could score 2, 5-0, a big deficit for Stamford to come by.
Standing back in the right-handed batter's box. Rossi off third, Silk off second. Balmer swings, a bouncing ball to third. Hackett looks the runner back, and a textbook play to get the out at first. Wonderful heads-up play by Hackett.
This is what I said about this infield. They do not make errors from third all the way to first. Wainwright, Skog, the middle infield. Very good infield. Hackett heads-up play right there, like Aiden mentioned. Textbook, and get an out. Now 2 outs and a big spot right here for Lockwood to get out of this jam.
2 down in the inning. It's the top of the second. Stanford a 3-0 deficit. Runners on second and third. That one misses down low. He's been a little wild. That's not a good sign from your guy Jay Lockwood. Again, this is still a very winnable game. Stanford does not have to play this second game. This is not a give-up moment and just throw whoever out there. He strokes one right to Dawkins in left. That's the end of the inning. So North Haven threatens, but they can't get anything going. We're off to the bottom of the second. Back in a bit on the on SportingNewsCT.com.
President Roosevelt signs Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American Legion.
Thank you all of the American Legion.
We have millions of veterans that are members of our organization.
Thank you.
The American Legion, celebrating a legacy of service to America. Find out more at legion.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
you're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not gonna lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
We're back here on SportingNewsCT.com. First pitch of the bottom of the second misses upstairs. This is Joseph Gambino. That one. Looked like he missed again. 2-0, fouled off. Nearly skipped right past a fan. Is that your dad?
It was.
It was over on the third base side. It was a good heads-up play, though.
It was.
He went
right
into
there.
turtle formation, just tried to curl up. That one curveball absolutely nailed him. Didn't look like it hurt that much, but Gambino's going to first. And a smile on his face, too.
Two people on that play trying to get out of the way. One person trying to get out of the way from the ball. Gambino just turned and let it hit him.
So Gambino reaches to start the inning. That was a screamer too. It was a fast line drive. It didn't look that fast coming off the bat, but it took a hop.
Oh yeah, and when you're right there in front of the ball.
Yeah, it took a hop, and it kind of just took a nasty little ricochet.
Spin, yeah.
So here's Shane Hackett with a man on and nobody out. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. They go to second, one on to first. They cannot turn the DP though. Lucy couldn't stay on the base, but a very well-turned fielder's choice. Here's Matthew Wurz. One down in the inning and still one on. So runner on first for Stamford, trying to get back a run, or maybe two here in this inning. Quick conversation over there with Shane Hackett, but we are just about ready to go as Matthew Wurz is gonna stand in the DH today, hitting for Lockwood. Sullivan and Cristoforo having a quick conversation of their own back on the mound. Total so far for Stanford, no runs on a hit, no errors, one error, and nobody left on base. For North Haven, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. Middle of the righty's batter box. First pitch to Wurz sails high for a ball, 1-0. It'll be Wurz, then Bobby Cribben and Jaden Dawkins. If you can get it to Dawkins with a couple of guys on, he is an RBI machine, is he? This one fouled off. A couple of fans had to duck away from that one, too. Wurz standing in. And here comes the 1-1. Misses down low. Nice block by Cristoforo behind the dish. Hackett on first, the third baseman. He reached on a fielder's choice after Gambino led things off with a hit-by pitch. Got now 3 balls and a strike. A walk would certainly get the Stanford dugout going. Runner on first, 3-1. Cracked on the ground, foul third base side out of play. It's not a big crowd considering the amplifications of this game, or the implications of this game. Winner gets to stay in, and for North Haven, your season's over if you can't win both these games. But the crowd's into it. It's a very loud group. That one misses upstairs, and he finally walks some. He battled for a bit, but finally gives in. And that's going to bring up the 8-hitter Bobby Cribben with 2 on and 1 out.
Just a good piece of hitting right there from Wurz. A good swing on that pitch on the third baseline that was foul, but worked that at-bat very well on Sullivan and got the walk.
First pitch, a strike to the center fielder, Cribben. Hackett off second, Wurz on first. Bottom of the second inning, Stanford looking to chip away at a lead that North Haven took right out of the gate. Ball and a strike to the center fielder, hitting from his left side, well back in the batter's box. 1-1. Lunged at it, but doesn't go, and it's still a called strike, 1-2. Strikeout would be huge here for Sullivan. 1-2. Misses low, evened out at 2 apiece.
I can see Sullivan coming with the fastball right here. Just went off speed. Let's see if Cribben looks for it.
And you know, North Haven might be the first team that Stanford's really had a tough time with. So now it's 3-2. Big full count coming. You can't afford to lose him right now. You do not want to load those bases.
Big pitch right here for Sullivan.
Stands in. 3-2 coming, payoff pitch. Foul ball, we're going to do it again. That's going to bang off the light tower. Uh-oh, that nearly hit a kid over by the concession stand. He appears to be all right. And we're going to resume play. 3-2. 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the second. Stanford down by 3. Checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3 called, and Sullivan gets a big K.
That pitch looked like a ball, but like Aiden said, they said he went. Very close call, but a good at-bat from Cribben. Let's see if Dawkins can keep it going.
2 on and 2 out. Jaden Dawkins has been an RBI machine for Stanford so far. Look, a very athletic stance, and he's a fast kid too. First pitch, high strike, no balls and a strike to the left fielder. He's exactly how you would picture an outfielder. Very athletic, has a great arm, and he's fast. Curveball, lunges at it, watches it in for a called strike. So Dawkins trying to avoid striking out on 3 pitches. Sullivan into a groove after the K on Cribben. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sullivan puts 2 on, but gets out of it without a run. We go to the 3rd, and North Haven leading by that many. 3-0, back in a bit on SportingNewsCT.com.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that is immeasurable, and your donation is desperately needed. Please visit us at legion.org and join me in making a generous donation today.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, Support for Scouting, and many others. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
President Roosevelt signed the Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American Legion.
Thank you all of the American Legion.
Well, we have millions of veterans that are members of our organization.
Thank you.
The American Legion, celebrating a legacy of service to America. Find out more at legion.org.
Top of the 3rd inning, we're back here on SportingNewsCT.com. Aiden Blank, Cam in, an eventful start so far, Cam.
Yeah, it's been a good game, but Stanford has already had 2 chances on the offensive side to get some runs on the board, and they have not been able to convert. As this game gets later on, we're already in the 3rd inning. Stanford's going to have to start converting on their base runners.
Heart of the order due up. Kevin Lucy takes the ball inside 1-0. It'll be Lucy, the 3-hitter, then David Cristoforo, the 4-hitter, and Ryan Sullivan, the 5-hitter. Count evened out at 1 ball and 1 strike. All facing off against Jay Lockwood.
Boy, come on, keep throwing strikes.
1-2. Chance to get a strikeout of the leadoff batter. Just barely missed. The curveball landed in the right spot, but didn't cross the plate right. 2-2. High 3-2.
Grounded, second base. And Gambino makes the play.
Nice play by Gambino, and 1 down in the inning. So the leadoff man retired. Here's David Cristoforo. This is down low, 1 ball, no strikes. Cristoforo hit a home run, responsible for all 3 runs. Did he do it again? No. He lines one well down the first base stands, and it's foul. So it's now 1 ball and a strike. Good crowd has started to gather. A lot of youngsters here. Before this one, the 10 a.m. game this morning was the Babe Ruth New England Regional Championship in the 13 and under division. Believe it was won by the squad from Pittsfield, Massachusetts. They took down the gang from Greater Keene, New Hampshire. That one skips in the dirt, 2-1. Cristoforo, the catcher, we were admiring how built this kid is. His legs are ginormous. He strokes one again, foul. You just listen to the sound of the ball coming off his bat. It sounds so right.
And that one even pulled an outside pitch, so it didn't get the full barrel on the baseball, and it still sounded like a very good piece of wood.
He's not even standing in. He's crowding the plate and standing middle of the batter's box. And now it's a full count, 3-2.
He's crowding because he wants that inside pitch. He wants to get his bat wherever it can go, and probably not a good outside pitch hitter.
That home run was pulled down the line on the near side. That one misses low, and he ends up with a walk. Homer and a walk so far.
A power hitter kind of day.
Absolutely. Here's Ryan Sullivan, the 5-hitter. We were wondering why he was sitting in the cleanup spot. Now we know. Kid can rake. He's bigger than the North Haven first base coach.
He is.
How crazy is that? First pitch, a strike to the pitcher. Sullivan flew to center in his opening at bat. Did not get up last inning, got up back in the first. Runner on and 1 out. Cracks one in the air, center, into right center, and it's down in between Cribben and Gesualdi. That's gonna move Cristoforo to third. Runners on the corners and 1 out for North Haven.
A great piece of hitting right there from North Haven, and good base running by Cristoforo, watching that ball and getting a good jump to get all the way to third. Good spot right here for North Haven to tack on.
Give credit to Cribben and Gesualdi. They didn't let it go all the way to the fence, which could have easily happened. They made sure he only stayed on first. So now, here's Daniel Canavacchiolo. Do I get extra points for saying his name right?
I think you do. I couldn't say it in the pregame show.
Canavacchiolo takes ball 1 down low. It's easy when you can phonetically put it right in front of you. Either way, he grounded out to third in his opening at bat. Looks for an RBI here. High strike. Count 1-1. Swing and a grounder to the shortstop. Wainwright goes to second, 1. But an excellent slide is going to bring in the run. It's 4-0.
Costly right there from Noah Skaw couldn't get the transfer through. If he could get that double play, that would have been a big out, and maybe that run would have not came in and scored. But tough spot here for Stamford in that play.
So 4-0 North Haven. 2 out. Runner on first. Runner goes. He got such a great jump. And the throw is still pretty good, but he just got such a great jump.
Yeah, we talked about Skarad being a great catcher, perfect game All-American, good guy behind the plate, athletic family. His dad also played baseball, so a guy that knows how to do his work behind the dish.
Canavacchiolo off second, and Zalgowski will look to bring in a run here. 2-0 the count with 2 down in the inning. 4-0 North Haven. Who would have seen this coming? Lockwood has really struggled on the mound. That one sails high and misses. So now it's 3-0. He needs to really avoid anything that will put another runner on base. Try and get a nice easy ground out maybe. Here's the 3-0. That one misses inside, and a 4-pitch walk. Skarad's had enough. He's going to go hang with his pitcher Lockwood. Give him some time. So runners will go to first and second when we resume play. 2 out, 4-0 North Haven. We are going to try and give you some playoff updates so we go along. In the North Division, nothing has been complete in the North Division sectionals. South Windsor has Waterford. Waterford needs to win twice. Tri-Town has West Hartford. West Hartford needs to win twice. RCP's playing Southington. Southington needs to win twice. No, check it. That one misses low to Nick Rossi. South Windsor's playing Waterford. South Windsor needs to win twice. Tri-Town's playing West Hartford. Tri-Town needs to win twice. RCP's playing Southington. Throw to second. Not going to be in time. Count 1-1. RCP needs to win twice. Jewett City is playing Bristol. Jewett City needs to win twice. And then you go to the Southern Division, which we have some results for because they did play a few games last night. That one misses low, 2-1. Danbury needed to win twice. They didn't win once. They lost to Cheshire in that game. Cheshire 10, Danbury nothing. So Cheshire is in the South Division sectionals. That's at Seppa Field in Meriden. That one misses upstairs. Washington beat Hamden in the first game 8-5, but they couldn't do it again in game 2. So Hamden won 4-1. So Hamden advances. They're in the sectional. Fly ball. Tough play. Gambino on the run, not going to get there.
So we could potentially see 2 Zone 4 teams
absolutely
into a regional.
Because aside from this game, Trumbull is playing Naugatuck. Trumbull does need to win twice, but I wouldn't put it above them. Trumbull very well could come back and win 2 games and send Naugatuck packing. So far, Cheshire and Hamden have clinched their spots in Meriden. Foul ball near our broadcast position. The winner of this one and the winner of Trumbull Naugatuck will also join him. Sectional, the Super Regionals will be at South Windsor, the north, and Meriden, the south. They will run July 27th through the 31st. Now the bases are loaded. Still 2 out. But it's back-to-back walks. Here's Owen Silk with a big chance to blow this game open for North Haven. Kevin Murray out to go talk to his post 3 Stanford gang. They really need to get out of this with no runs. Again, it's not the biggest deal if they lose this game because they have a chance.
And I think if they do lose this game, Coach Murray is an experienced coach. He can bounce them back and get game 2.
I came into the booth this morning and I told you, if they lose that first game, if they're not losing today, they will not be going home today. Because especially after losing 2 games last year and being out so early in the tournament, and now they're in such a dominant position, they're either going to win the first game, which they still very well could, or they're going to lose the first game and get pissed off and come back and win the second game. First pitch, did it hit him? No. Not a good enough jump for Canavacchiolo to score. A lot of games going on today. By the end of today, we will know which teams are moving on. We're going to send some teams home. Ball and a strike. Happy that you could be with us. 4-0 North Haven. One swing of the bat could drastically change that.
They could take a lot of the energy that Stanford has left in this 3rd inning.
The 1-1. 1-2. Now he needs the strikeout. North Haven really doesn't want to give it to him. North Haven 18-9. They finished 2nd in Zone 2. Stanford 21-3. They won Zone 4. 2 strikes. He checked his swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. Coming home. No. Everybody's safe, and it's 5-0 North Haven.
Tough play right there, but just nothing's going the way for Stanford right now. North Haven being very aggressive on the base paths and getting the job done, which Stanford has not been able to do on the offensive side. Nor the defensive side as well.
They've scored 2 in this inning. They've only gotten 1 hit. Fielder's choice and 3 walks. Center field, right center, but it's right to Gesualdi to end it. Stanford in big trouble. It's 5-0 as we move along. Going to the bottom of the 3rd, Stanford needs to start chipping away with that lead here on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that.
Welcome back to SportingNewsCT.com. It's 5-0 North Haven. Bottom of the third. First batter is the leadoff guy, Noah Skog, who flew to left in his first at bat, and he fouls it off at his second. 0-1. North Haven has put up 5 runs on 5 hits. Played airless ball and left 2 on base. Textbook game for them. That one misses. 2-1. On the other hand, Stanford, no runs on 1 hit, and they've committed 2 errors. 2-1, popped in the air. A towering blast. It's caught by Lucy. No, it's the second baseman. No, it was Lucy to get the out. He was so far over you couldn't tell. So he's now 0 for 2 in the day. That's a rough start for Noah Skog. He's going to bring up TJ Wainwright. Shortstop for this Stanford squad, responsible for the only Stanford hit today. Single back in the first, and he's going to go 2 for 2 now. Back-to-back singles for him. And with 1 out, he gets on base. Here's the 3-hitter, Joey Scarad. Struck out back in his opening at bat. Takes one down low to start his second. Looking to get an RBI here. Wouldn't be surprised if they sent Wainwright. He's got speed. 2.5 stride lead for Wainwright. And this one is crushed in the air to left. It's Silk to make the play.
Scarad wanted that one. He thought he had enough to get that ball over the head of the left fielder and maybe over the fence. Almost the exact spot that he hit that walk-off home run a few days ago, more towards left center, but good piece right there.
It's going to bring up the cleanup guy, Reed Giswaldi, and he grounds one, but an error at third by Cavaliccio. And he's going to get on. Come on, Joe. Maybe that's what wakes up these Stanford bats.
Gambino really crowding the plate with this at-bat.
Joseph Gambino standing right up. Wants to get an RBI here. Runners on first and second. That's strike 1.
Come on, Joe, find your gap.
2 down, they're in a 5-0 hole. Swing and a miss, totally fooled by the curveball. And the count 0-2, trying to keep this rally going. A strike in the inning's over, but a hit, and this thing could just be getting started. The 0-2 to the 5-hitter. Time called first by our field umpire. Oh-2, trying to keep the rally alive. Swinging a hammered ball that's going toward the parking lot. So we'll stick alive at 0-2. North Haven looking to keep things rolling. They're up 5-0, trying to force a winner-take-all game 2 in about a half an hour from now. Grounded to first. That's going to get down. A sliding stop by Rossi. Can't make the play, and the bases are loaded.
Just gets that ball out of the reach of Rossi at second base, and he's able to get on. Bases loaded and a big chance right here for Hackett. A base hit could score 2 and put him right back in this game.
Rossi was ready for it, too. He was playing so far back. He caught that thing on the lip of the grass. He was ready for it. Everybody playing back now for the 6th guy, Shane Hackett. Strike 1. Stanford needs to try and chip away at this thing before they have to score 5 runs in this bottom of the 7th. Curveball misses 1-0.
Bomber
Excuse
playing
me, 1-1.
Bomber playing very deep in center field. Same with the left fielder, Silk.
Hackett takes one down low. The count 2-1. You don't want to let these Stanford players get ahead in the count. It always seems to end poorly. 2-1. 2-2. And yet another situation where Sullivan can get himself out of the inning still. No runs allowed. Stanford has gotten 2 hits in this inning, 3 total in the game. Swing and a little blooper. This could be a tough play. It's Pinchese to make the catch. They load the bases, but they get out of it. Both offenses are cranking, just Stanford hasn't been able to score runs. We go to the 4th here on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion, we're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that is immeasurable, and your donation is desperately needed. Please visit us at legion.org and join me in making a generous donation today.
We move along here at Cubetta Stadium, and a new pitcher for Stanford in the top of the 4th inning, Chris Candido. Get you Lockwood's numbers in just a bit. First pitch to him, fouled off. This is the one-hitter Mason Balmer. Flew out and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. Lockwood's going to end up going 3 innings.
Good spot, good spot.
That's a ball, and they count 1-1. He gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 5 runs, I should say.
Right at him.
3 walks. And no strikeouts. Fly ball to left center. It's Cribben to get it.
That's you, kid. That's you.
1 out. He's 0 for 3. That's a rough one. Here's Zach Pinchinze. Walked, scored the game's opening run back in the 1st, and flew out in the 2nd. Little bunt. It's going to drop down. It stayed fair. Scarad went to get it, tried to throw him out at first, but it's an infield single.
He could have let that ball go foul, but a bit more smart about that, but he was going so aggressive right towards the ball on the third base line and just couldn't stop his momentum.
So Pinchinze reaches for the second time in this game. And now it's Kevin Lucy, singled, scored a run back in the first, and in the third he grounded out. Again, we thank you for tuning in today on SportingNewsCT.com. Plenty more American Legion baseball where this came from, including going on right now. And in for a called strike. If it's North Haven that wins this game, we play one more 30 minutes later. Stamford, they will join Cheshire and Hamden, and either Trumbull or Waterford, I believe, in the sectional tournament. It's actually Trumbull or Naugatuck, my apology. So the winner will join Hamden and Cheshire, and either Trumbull or Naugatuck in the Super Regional tournament. 14 double elimination format. If you win that, you're off to the state championship series, and because Connecticut gets 2 spots in the regionals, you're also in the New England Regional Tournament. Stamford was there 2 years ago when they won the state tournament. It was not in Meriden that year. It was in Middletown at Palmer Fields. Way out in front of it, swing and a miss from Kevin Lucy, the first baseman. 1-2. For Stanford, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. I beg your pardon, 1 error. North Haven has had 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. Foul ball. It's the backstop. Fourth inning, and Stanford really needing to turn on some run, the offense. It's been moving. They just need to get some runs in. They've left 6 runners on base so far. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third. North Haven dugout up on the fence. Middle of the batter's box for Lucy, and he sends a blooper that's down into left. Back-to-back hits. And David Cristoforo has a chance for another 3-run home run.
Yeah, he's in a big spot right here. Let's see if Candito comes right at him. Walked in his last at-bat, and then the at-bat before that, and a missile over the right field fence.
He did indeed. Middle of the box for the big guy, Cristoforo. He sends one. Caught by the center fielder, Cribben. Tagging and moving to third is Pinchinze. But a big catch from Cribben. That thing looked like it might just keep going.
That was a great catch right there. Great range by the center fielder, and even though the runner is safe at third, what a throw. He was in deep right center field and got that ball all the way to TJ Wainwright at second base.
It's interesting you say that, because I was more focused on Pinchinze, how fast he was running. He did not want to get thrown out.
A great sequence of plays right there.
See if he tries anything here. This is Ryan Sullivan, the pitcher. Takes one in for a called strike, 0-1. One out in the inning. He steps off. Now they got him in a pickle, but they got to keep the eye on Pinchinze at third. They cannot get him. Now the throw to third, also not in time. Odd little sequence.
But a smart play by Wainwright to look that runner back, because I think
that was totally it was totally botched in execution. It was a great plan. Lucy was trying to get him to focus on him, but they wouldn't. They realized that Pinchinze was on third. They didn't want him running home. He will, though, here. If this can get down, it will not. Cribben makes the catch. End of the inning.
Good job, good job.
And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Cam Anna's got the play-by-play when we get back 5-0 North Haven on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that is immeasurable, and your donation is desperately needed. Please visit us at legion.org and join me in making a generous donation today.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, Support for Scouting, and many others. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Back from Cubetta Stadium, cameraman alongside Aiden Blank. 5-0 North Haven. Matthew Wurz in the box. Bottom three of the order for Stanford. 1-1 count as we welcome you back here. Sullivan still on the mound for North Haven, throwing a shutout so far in this game as the third pitch is a called strike.
Last three in the Stanford order trying to get a rally going.
Popped up, right field. Pinchinze makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Now the last two in this order both struck out in their first at bats. So Sullivan's gonna really look to mow down this bottom of the order.
And he's done so good of motoring down the whole Stanford order in this game.
In the last three hitters, he's allowed just one base runner.
Nice bunt from Cribben, but a better throw by Sullivan, and a nice scoop over there at first base from Lucy. Second out of the inning is in the hands of Cribben.
That was a great bunt. He thought he was going to fool him, but Sullivan was expecting it. Now he's retired. These last three hitters, they've gotten 5 at-bats total today combined, and he's retired them in 4. He walked Wurz once. Other than that, it's been ridiculous. And a good crowd coming.
2 quick outs for Sullivan and North Haven, and throws a strike right there to Dawkins. Dawkins, the left fielder, a trustworthy number 9 hitter. This one grounds to third base side and gets fair down the third base slide. He uses his speed. He's going to second base, but he's caught in the middle, and he'll head back to first and be safe. Looked like Dawkins wanted to turn on the jets, but was smart about it and headed back to first.
Yeah, I think he could have gotten there. It would have been a close play, but I think with a good slide, he could have gotten there. It was just unfortunate he decided to turn back. I know it was the safer decision, but I was kind of hoping to see a nice throw and maybe a good play at second.
It's been a lot of 2-out base runners for Stanford, and another one right here. Noah Skog, the leadoff hitter, will try to keep it going. Slide step from Dawkins. This one bunted, and Sheck swung into play. No! And Skog is out at first. Close call. They said Lucy had his foot on the bag.
I thought it was a little bit of a, I thought it was a tie goes to the runner situation.
An unfortunate turn of events, a check swing from Skog put into play to end the inning. Still 5-0 North Haven from Cubetta Stadium, top of the 5th inning. Coming up here on SportingNewsCT.com.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people, but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself. You're able to grow in so many ways. Learning about public speaking.
you also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're patriots through and through. We believe in our flag and all that it stands for. Our Constitution, our Pledge of Allegiance, our way of life are all fundamental to maintaining our freedom and the standing that we have as the greatest country on earth. We promote and defend these values every day in communities across the nation. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Back here from Cubetta Stadium, top of the 5th inning. A stunner here. North Haven up 5-0 against Stamford, who is known to be the best team in the state, but right now North Haven playing some great baseball. Here's Daniel Canavacchiola. The third baseman pops one up. This one, a towering shot. Third baseman Hackett under it and makes a great play. Facing his body towards the fans on the third base side and makes a diving grab for the first out of the inning.
What a catch. That was really, wow. And you know what? I was about to say, Cam, this is the beauty. If you're Stamford, this is why you won those first 2 games. So you have a game that so you're allowed to have an off game. Clearly this is not, if this was an elimination game, they'd be going home. You're allowed to have an off game. You just need to make sure that you win this second game.
Yeah, but Stanford still wants this one, and showing by that play from
absolutely,
Hackett, yeah. They don't want to go out easy. Candito with the 1-0. That one's called strike 1-1.
I can't wait to see their rally. If the score stays the same to the 7th, or they're still trailing the 7th, I can't wait to see the ending to this one.
Another called strike on the low and outside corner, 1-2.
And I'm just remembering now, they won that first game against North Haven earlier this week on a walk-off home run, 2-run home run.
Candito off-speed pitch to Salgowski, but that one's fouled off. Yeah, Stanford is going to look to crawl back, down 5-0. They have 4 hits. North Haven has 6 on the 2 errors for Stanford and 1 in the hands of North Haven. So both teams playing a bit sloppy, 3 errors total in this game. The 1-2. This one, check swung into play. Candito picks it up and across the diamond for the second out of the inning.
If you can get a 1-2-3 inning here, that would be huge.
So here's Nick Rossi, the second baseman, looking to tack on for North Haven with 2 outs. Both teams have been in love with 2-out base runners, especially for Stanford.
Oh, absolutely. The 2-out rally has been kind of the theme of the day.
First pitch, line to shortstop, I should say, and Wainwright makes a nice play, but almost over the head of Gambino, and he can't step on the bag. A bad throw from Wainwright, and Gambino lost his footing, so Rossi's safe at first.
He almost got there with his glove, too. Did you see that? He almost touched it with his glove first, too.
An unfortunate turn of events. A hard hit ball to Wainwright, and Gambino breaking his own ankles at first. So that brings up Owen Silk in the bottom of the order.
So I would say that's probably an E6, right?
Yeah, the bad throw is what caused it. That one's a called strike. We talked about it. 2 out base runners. North Haven getting one of theirs right here. Now they count 1-1. Gandito sets his sights. Looks the runner at first. Full leg kick coming to the plate. This one grounded to third and down the line for a base hit. Rossi will go halfway, but a bad play from Dawkins. Rossi to third, and he's safe. Advancing to second is Silk, and second and third for North Haven with 2 outs.
There you go.
Hey, dig deep, kid.
Dawkins
Come on, keep firing.
not able to pick up the ball down the line in left field. That's costly. Now 2 runners in scoring position when it only should have been 1.
Inning should have been over.
Here's Mason Bomber, the center fielder, top of the order for North Haven. They're looking for their 8th hit, and it could be in the hands of Bomber. And maybe their 6th run. Gandito looks Rossi at third and coming with the 1-0. That one's outside.
Come on, kid.
A great day at Cubetta Stadium, and North Haven looking to spoil the fun for the Stamford crowd as this one's grounded up the middle for a base hit. Rossi comes in to score. Here comes Silk. The throw from Cribben is in time. Oh, what a throw from Bobby Cribben in center field. And gets the 7th runner of the game. So Stamford holds this one at 6-0.
Yeah, the run does count, but wow. That's one of the best throws you'll see all day.
Well, bottom half of the 5th inning coming up here at Cubetta Stadium. We'll be right back for more baseball on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veteran service organization in the nation, with 2.5 million members. And when you add to that the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion, we have a family of 4 million members, working hard every day for our veterans, our youth, and our communities. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
Back here from Cubetta Stadium, championship baseball. TJ Wainwright in the box for Stamford. They're down 6-0, could be 7, but if you missed it last inning, Bobby Cribben threw a ball from center field on a dime to the catcher, Joey Scarad, to get the out. So that's why we're at 6-0 here. Sullivan still on the mound for North Haven. As we're in the bottom of the 5th, 6-0, 8 hits for the visitors, North Haven. If they win this game, we play one more with a 30-minute break in between both games. This one fouled to the North Haven dugout from Wainwright. Wainwright looking to protect on Sullivan's two-strike pitch. This one lined right at the third baseman, though. Canavacchiola for the first out of the inning.
Can't have those quick outs. If you're Stanford, you really need to start scoring.
But
and
who's better?
That's going to start with getting your leadoff guys out.
Yeah, and who's better than Joey Scarrad, the best hitter on this Stanford squad, as he did mention, hit a walk-off home run a few days ago. So has that power. First pitch to him is low. The 1-0 from Sullivan. That one's low as well. Hitters count for Scarrad. In between innings, Kevin Murray, the coach for Stanford, tried to pump up his Stanford squad and said, this game's not over, we got to win it. This one grounded to Canavacchiola across the diamond and gets Scarrad by a step. So 2 away, and as I mentioned, Kevin Murray trying to pump up his Stanford ball club and said, this game is not over, we got to keep fighting. Let's not just have game 2 as a security blanket, let's win it here.
Absolutely.
But that speech seems like it could be slipping away from the hands of Stanford in the bottom of the 5th. Still down with no runs in this game and 2 away. Here's Reed Gaswaldi. The 1-0 from the righty's batter's box. That one's low as well. Kicks and deals is Sullivan. That one is a called strike, but Cristoforo couldn't hang on. 2-1. A great day here at Cubetta Stadium, city of Stanford overlooking the stadium, ice cream trucks all around, a lot of fans here to support their Stanford squad as they're on their home field. Foul back from Gaswaldi, 2-2. Sullivan looking for another scoreless frame. The 2-2, he kicks and deals. That one's in the dirt, strike 3. Gaswaldi goes down swinging, and Sullivan is dealing on the mound. Top of the 6th inning coming up here at Cubetta Stadium. We'll be right back here on SportingNewsCT.com.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that is immeasurable, and your donation is desperately needed. Please visit us at legion.org and join me in making a generous donation today.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, Support for Scouting, and many others. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
President Roosevelt signed the Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American Legion.
Thank you all of the American Legion.
We have millions of veterans that are members of our organization.
Thank you.
The American Legion, celebrating a legacy of service to America. Find out more at legion.org.
Welcome back to Cubetta Stadium on SportingNewsCT.com. Championship Baseball. Cameraman alongside Aiden Blank. We're very glad you can join us here on this Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, good to be here.
The weather and the music's exciting, but Stanford really not feeling any of that excitement. Down 6-0. North Haven looking to tack on right here.
You say kid.
So here's Pinchinze. He looks to bunt right there, but fouls that one back. Gandito still on the mound for his third inning of work, taking out Lockwood back in the third. Pinchinze scored in his first at-bat. He lines this one to center field, coming on his cribbin', and he can't make the catch. A good effort on a full extension dive, but nevertheless, Pinchinze gets on.
Boy, was it ever. That was a really good effort. He just couldn't get it done.
So Candito looking to get out of this little jam. North Haven gets their first leadoff base runner in a few innings, and it's Pinchinze who has the wheels on the base paths. First pitch outside to Lucy.
Here's a little view of our broadcast setup.
That one a called strike to Lucy. Pinchinze could be going on these next few pitches, trying to time that leg kick from Candito, who has been going to the slide step on the last few pitches. He is going on this pitch. The throw from Scarad is not in time. So a stolen base and a runner in scoring position with no outs for Kevin Lucy. Kevin Lucy already has a single on the day.
And it's the group you want up, because these are the guys that are going to get RBIs.
Fouls that one back. And a base hit in the outfield could definitely score Pinchinze. He has great legs. He can definitely get from second to home easily. Candito sets his sights, and he'll kick and deal. This one popped up and out of play towards the concession side. That side of the field has had a lot of action.
That just
today.
hit a chair. No one was sitting in it, but if somebody had been sitting in it, it would have landed right on their head.
There's been a lot of action for those fans today, a lot of souvenirs.
Absolutely. Although
they do have to give the balls back.
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
Candito pitches this one. Gambino picks it up and throws it to first to get out Lucy. Pinchinze advances to third, so now one out and the best hitter in the North Haven lineup, David Cristoforo. If you missed it, he homered back in the first inning to get the run started for North Haven on a 3-run shot. And speaking of that 3-run shot, Stamford remembers it and they'll intentionally walk Cristoforo. They're trying to look for the double play right here with first and third, one out. So now it's Ryan Sullivan, still on the mound pitching. A scoreless game. He has that shutout with 4 hits.
1 for 3 today. He's flown out twice and singled. Stanford's got 6 outs to play with when they get up on offense. They need to start chipping away. They can't leave it all for the last inning.
We'll see if they get Cristoforo moving off first. The pitch to Sullivan is inside.
We thank all of you watching today on SportingNewsCT.com. Again, we will be back for the second game if there is one. Should North Haven finish things off, there will be a second one.
Candito takes the sign from Scarad and coming to the plate with a full leg kick this time. Off-speed pitch called strike.
Come on, keep firing.
Sullivan digs back in. Candito with the 1-1. That one's lined to right field and will get down for a base hit. Coming into scores Pinchinze, and it's 7-0 North Haven.
Yeah, I think this might be it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news for Stamford, but I think this might just be it. I think that North Haven's going to pull away at this point.
It would have to be a miracle. They would have 2 at-bats left, 6 outs like Aiden mentioned. So they would need a lot for a comeback. Candido trying to keep the lead at 7, even though it's already so much already. Here's Daniel Canavacchiola.
It's a good hit. Really hard hit ball.
Called strike.
Okay, keep dealing.
I think Stanford just got a little too comfortable. I think that was the situation. They knew that they had 2 games to play around with, and I think they got a little too comfortable, which is not a bad thing. I mean, obviously, you want to come into a game like this relaxed, but you don't want to be so relaxed that you say, all right, who cares? We have another game to play. They need to come into this next game very intense, though. They need to play very crisp ball, because clearly North Haven's not just handing this over. Stanford's really going to have to play a good game.
Candido looks Cristoforo at second, and this one fouled back. It looks like Stanford has lost all the hope, like we've talked about, with 7 runs to come back from. Kevin Murray, probably the only guy that has not lost hope. He's trying to recharge his Stanford squad. Here's the 2-strike pitch. This one fouled back once again. Canavacchiola battling in the box. Candido looking for an out. Sullivan off first, Cristoforo off second. Sullivan gets on off a single, and Cristoforo got intentionally walked, I should say. This one inside almost hits Canavacchiola, and we'll do it again. There is a possibility, as we talked about earlier in the broadcast, that 2 Zone 4 teams could head to the Super Regional. Could be Stanford and could be Trumbull, but they do have to win some baseball games to get there. This one popped up second base. Skog, he makes the catch. So 2 outs in the inning. Cole Zalgowski trying to get another RBI for North Haven with a runner in scoring position. Candido looking to stop that from happening. Looks Cristoforo at second, comes to the plate. This one fouled back. A lot of baseballs going over the fence and into the woods behind us.
Keep dealing.
The assistant coach for Stanford back there holding already 4 balls in one hand, trying to fetch a lot of those for the home plate umpire. This one upstairs. Here's the 1-1 from Candido. Full leg kick off speed, pitch outside. (7-0) North Haven.
Come on, challenge him.
Only 1 strike here on Zalgowski. The energy really has been deflated out of Stanford. Candido looking for an out, and he walks Zalgowski. Bases loaded now for Nick Rossi. And here's Coach Kevin Murray of Stanford coming out to talk to Candido. This could be it for him. And I think it will be.
Now, see, this is where I would question him, because you're clearly not going to win this game. It's 7-0.
It's a big comeback.
You've given up 10 hits. It's a big comeback. There's no reason you shouldn't keep Candido in this game, if only so you don't have to use another pitcher. You're going to need a big bullpen likely coming into this next game.
It looks like they're warming up someone in right field out of the way from our camera by the scoreboard.
That's what stinks about the bullpens here at Cubetta Stadium, you can't see who it is.
So Candido is not done yet.
Yeah, that's what I would figure. You get as much out of him as you can. If he can get a ground ball double play, that would be ideal.
Come on, kid. Dig deep. Let's go. Dig deep.
A lot of the parents here telling Candido to keep battling. You just heard that. Dig deep is another phrase that has been said to Candido, all inning. First pitch to Rossi upstairs.
Come on, kid.
Not sure if there's a mercy, but 10 runs has usually been the mercy in the regular season, and the 10th run of the game is on first base.
Yep.
That's one for you.
So if all these runs score and Stanford can't score in the bottom half of the 6th, this game could end in a mercy.
They may call it because it's been 5 innings already. If they score 10, they may call it.
They might give Stanford their chance in the bottom half. 1-1 count on Rossi. This one right down Broadway for a called strike. Two strikes on Rossi. Candido looking for the punch out to get out of the inning. Pitch low, gets by Scarad, but Cristoforo not going from third. Very small backstop here at Cubetta Stadium.
Come on, show some balls. Come on, kid, finish it. That's pitch right now.
Candido battling on the mound. Looking to come right at Rossi. He kicks and deals. This one called strike 3. Rossi thought it was ball 4, but the home plate umpire rings him up. 7-0. North Haven, bottom of the 6th inning coming up. Only 6 outs left for Stamford post 3. They're looking to come back, and we'll see if they will. Right back here on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, Support for Scouting, and many others. We support and promote citizenship and integrity in America's future leaders. Go to Legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to
President Roosevelt signed the Bill of Rights.
I've always appreciated the American Legion.
My gratitude to the American Legion.
Thank you all of the American Legion.
We have millions of veterans that are members of our organization.
Thank you.
the American Legion, celebrating a legacy of service to America. Find out more at legion.org.
Not only have I learned a lot of speaking skills,
Meeting these 50 other incredibly talented people,
but most of all, I think you learn a lot about yourself.
You're able to grow in so many ways.
Learning about public speaking.
You also gain a tremendous amount of friendships.
It's a nice bonus.
That's definitely a plus, I'm not going to lie.
Is definitely something that is on my mind.
It's such a great document.
It guarantees me so many liberties and freedoms.
It's looking out for me.
The significance that I place on voting.
The 8th Amendment, which deals with cruel and unusual punishment.
My comparison of the Constitution to a lens.
Back here from Cubetta Stadium, North Haven in full control of this championship game, 7-0. Again, if Stanford loses, we will play 30 minutes after this for the final game. Sullivan still on the mound. They might ride him out for the complete game shutout if Stanford can't score. This is Joseph Gambina. 5, 6, 7 due up for Stanford. Sullivan kicks and deals. This one called strike. Sullivan from the windup kicks and deals again. This one from Gambino. Grounded hard to Rossi at second. He can't pick it up and make the play. So Gambino gets on. A hard hit ball there from Gambino. And Rossi had a lot of trouble with it. Looks like Cristoforo is now at first base. We'll try to get you on who the catcher is. Might have been the first baseman before, which was Kevin Lucy. This one from Hackett. Fouled way out of play on the third base side. Sullivan looks Gambino at first and coming slide step to the plate to Hackett. This one line to shortstop, but not enough on it. Caught over there from Zalgowski. So one away, and that's really been the halves of the Stamford Ball Club all day. Not getting anything to go their way, not hitting the ball too great, but hitting the ball right at a lot of these North Haven fielders. Here's Matt Wirtz. First pitch upstairs to him. Don't have a pitch count on Sullivan, but he's been pretty efficient in this game. Only got into trouble once or twice where Stamford could not convert.
He's clearly their A guy, though. That's what I'm worried about. That's not good because that means game 2. He's not pitching, and it's going to be one of their secondary guys that Stamford could eat up.
I think Stamford might have saved Tip Lady, one of their aces, as southpaw.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he took them out in game 2. We'll have to find out.
Pitch to Wirtz, line to left field, and it's down for a base hit. First and second now for Stamford with one out.
Biggest chance they've had in a while. Now they just need to capitalize on it.
Good piece of hitting there from Wirtz. Maybe something brewing for Stamford, trying to break up this shutout that Sullivan has. And here is the ever reliable center fielder, Bobby Cribben.
No. Go ahead.
No, it's good.
Note that there will be a separate stream for game number 2. You're gonna have to. We're gonna have to end this one. You'll be able to watch this on demand. We'll end this one, and there will be a separate stream. Again, about a half an hour wait between these two games.
So this one low.
Now Cristoforo wants a word out on the mound. He's gonna get it. The alternative to having your manager go out there and talk to him, so.
Probably a bit quicker, more efficient.
Yeah, absolutely, and it doesn't, because I believe American Legion is using the rules where you have to take him out eventually after, I think, your second or third visit.
This one from Cribben. Blooped center field, coming on and making the catch is Bomber. So 2 away.
That would have been disastrous had it gotten down. They could have gotten out of the inning if it had gotten down because they could have thrown a couple runners out.
They definitely could have. They could have thrown the runner at second and then got him quickly to third. So it's bottom of the order, Jaden Dawkins. He's looking for something right here. The first run of the ball game is in scoring position for Stamford. North Haven already has 7 of theirs. Stamford just looking for their first. Sullivan steps off, looks Gambino at second. We'll do it again. Slide step from Sullivan off speed. Gets Dawkins way out on his front foot.
Wow, that was a crazy pitch.
Very good curveball from Sullivan.
And it fooled him, too.
Fooled me as well. See if Sullivan comes back with a curve or goes fastball here. Does go curve once again, and that one's a called strike. 2 straight curves on Dawkins, quickly 0-2 with 2 outs.
2 straight crazy pitches.
Now he has Dawkins all over the place. Doesn't know if he goes curve again or fastball.
I would go curve again. He hasn't hit it yet.
Sullivan looks Gambino at second twice. Full leg could come to the plate. Curve again. That one's upstairs. Would have that been crazy? 3 straight curves for 3 straight strikes. Don't see that too often.
I would still go curve. He hasn't shown at all that in this at-bat that he's been able to hit it. No one's been able to hit it yet.
He's looking fastball.
It's so slow and such weird movement.
Slide step, fastball, swung on and missed. Sullivan punches out Dawkins. He's not happy. Stamford still scoreless. Going to the top of the 7th here at Cubetta Stadium. We'll be right back on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We're the largest veteran service organization in the nation, with 2.5 million members. And when you add to that the American Legion Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion, we have a family of 4 million members, working hard every day for our veterans, our youth, and our communities. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America. The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We pledge ourselves to our veterans, our youth, a strong national defense, and Americanism. These 4 pillars shape our work and what we do for America. We work relentlessly within our 4 pillars of service, and we succeed. Go to legion.org to find out more about the American Legion's commitment of service to America.
Top of the 7th here underway at Cubetta Stadium. Cameron Manna alongside Aiden Blank. Thanks for tuning in. More baseball will most likely be coming up after a 30-minute break to decide the winner of the Pod G championship game if Stanford cannot make a comeback. The new pitcher on the mound is Dylan McMorrow for Stanford, who's looking to finish this last inning of work. Probably not one of their best arms, as Stanford looking to save their wings if they do have to play the next game and for the games to come. In this game, 7-0 North Haven. They have 10 hits on 2 errors. A sloppy game for Stanford on no runs, 5 hits, and 4 errors. And we talked about this infield being very good and errorless at times. Did not show that today. So post 76 North Haven looking to add on. So McMorrow gets set. And he'll be coming at Silk. 9-1-2 due up for North Haven, this one outside. Not be surprised if Stanford goes right to the batting cages after this game out in left center field, get their swings for game 2. That one's outside as well.
Given the way that they hit in game 1, they probably could use it.
2-0 on Owen Silk. That one's right down the middle, 2-1. Two-1 for McMorrow is low, 3-1. Don't want to allow a leadoff base runner here. Trying to stop North Haven as best as you can in this last inning. That one swung and the bat goes flying. Wainwright picks it up though across the diamond. for the first out of the inning, but that bat flew out of the hands of Silk. Thankfully, no one got hit by it, but that bat went flying.
Yeah, that was dangerous. To say the least, that was dangerous. This game's coming up on almost 3 hours. I can't believe that. We started at 12:57. Excuse me, not 3 hours, 2 hours. We started at 12:57. It's now 2:56. So, in just a minute or so, we'll be on the 2-hour mark. Bad average time for a game.
It is. Top of the order for North Haven, Mason Bomber. That one's a called strike. McMorrow outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Morrow kicks and deals, coming to the plate. At 1, called strike. So 2-2 on Bomber. 1 out in the inning. Top 7 if you're just tuning in. Cameron Mena alongside Aiden Blank. At 1, swung out and missed. Bomber tries to reach at it but can't connect. 2 outs. So 2 away, and Zach Pinshinsei, the right fielder, having a nice little day at the plate. And 2 stolen bases on the base paths. First pitch to him, he check swings, but he went, called strike. The 0-1 as low. Stamford looking to get out of this inning as quickly as possible. A lot of fans have quieted down here on the first base side. McMorrow taking his time on the mound. He'll kick and deal. This one low as well, 2-1. A step off, trying to control the at-bat. Two-one pitch, low again, 3-1. McMorrow again to the play. This one swung on and missed, 3-2. So 3-2, 2 outs, no one on base. Stanford down in this game, not looking to allow a base runner here. Trying to move on to the bottom of the 7th. McMorrow to the plate. This one popped up, first base side out of play. McMorrow steps back on the mound. Pinshinsei battling on Morrow. The pitch. Called strike 3 at the letters. McMorrow puts down Pinshinsei, but still a 7-0 game here at Cubetta Stadium. Last licks for Stanford coming up. Stick with us here on SportingNewsCT.com.
The American Legion. We're veterans serving America.
Hi, this is Michael Peterson. The American Legion Legacy Scholarship Fund is the fund created by the American Legion to help ensure a college education if your parent gave their life in service of our nation. The impact of that is immeasurable, and your donation is desperately needed. Please visit us at legion.org and join me in making a generous donation today.
The American Legion. We're a powerful force for the nation. We believe strongly in supporting the children of America. Our youth programs include American Legion Baseball, Junior Shooting Sports, Boys and Girls State, the Oratorical Scholarship Program, support for Scouting.
Back at Cubetta Stadium, last licks for Stanford, and Skog starts it off with a base hit. Noah Skog, a base hit to left field, starts it for post 3 Stanford.
Cam, we were just talking in the break. Winners going to the Super Regional in Meriden. Opening round Saturday. Elimination game on Sunday, as well as the losers bracket final. Winner of that will play on Tuesday in the championship. The second semi will be Monday. Tuesday will be the championship with a possibility of Wednesday as well.
Wainwright to third, Canavacchiolo to second for 1, and then back to Cristoforo at first, but Wainwright is safe. Almost a double play there, but the wheels of Wainwright digs it out.
I wouldn't sweat it, because now one ground ball could end the game.
So the momentum of that inning looks like it's been deflated out of Stanford, with the leadoff base runner now 1 out and still a runner on first. So in for Scarad is Mike Berlingo. He will be doing the catching for the rest of the game. Caught last inning. First at bat we've seen from him. This one line to right field, and it's down for a base hit. First and second now with 1 out for Stanford. Berlingo comes in cold off the bench, and in his first at bat picks up the lumber and gets a single. Sullivan running into some trouble, looking to finish this game with the complete game shutout. Here's Reed Gaswaldi.
Looks like they're gonna have another sub, I think. No?
No, this is
Gambino's
still
on there. Heard a shout from the Stanford dugout.
And Gambino looks like he is on deck. First pitch to Gaswaldi upstairs. First runner of the game in scoring position for Stanford. This one down the third base line for a base hit. Wainwright coming home, and he will score. That's the first run of the ball game for Stanford at 7-1.
Not the time to panic. Just get out of the inning.
We'll see how long the leash is for Sullivan. His shutout is over, but he has pitched so far in this game, and with 1 out, looks like North Haven will let him.
I wouldn't take him out, especially since his replacement is going to have to be the pitcher that you're going to start next game, and I wouldn't want to risk that.
Berlingo off second, Gaswaldi off first. First pitch to Gambino outside.
They're not done yet.
Sullivan gets the sign. Looks Berlingo at second, coming to the plate. This one called strike 1-1. Sullivan again from the stretch. Shaking off a few signs. He agrees with 1. Full leg kick to the plate. Fastball inside. 2-1 with Shane Hackett on deck. Actually, that won't be Shane Hackett. We'll get you who that's going to be on deck. It's going to be Jake Benner.
Okay. So they'll sub there.
Gambino down the line, but foul.
That was his pitch, and that could have really gotten some life back into this Cubetta Stadium audience.
Just out in front was Gambino. If that one got down, both runs maybe could have scored. A big foul territory area on the first and third base lines here at Cubetta Stadium. So 2 strikes on Gambino. That one just misses low, full count. So full count, 1 out to Gambino. Berlingo off second, Gaswaldi off first. Sullivan gets the sign. He'll come to the plate. This one grounded to second base. Rossi picks it up. He'll get the out at first, 2 away. So it doesn't help too much, as now there's 2 outs. Even with 2 runners in scoring position, down 7-1. Need a lot more than just moving the runners over.
Yeah, a little too late for that, I would agree.
So it's Jake Benner. He's also called off the bench. That one's a called strike.
Interesting, the guys that are coming in off the bench have been having the most success.
Stamford down to their final out in front of their home crowd. Sullivan to the plate. This one down the middle, 0-2. One more strike and North Haven gets to play one more for the Pod G Championship 30 minutes after this. Sullivan sets his sights, looking for the complete game. This one low. Hey, Stamford has 8 hits on North Haven's 10. Just Stamford has not been able to convert with runners on. Sullivan looks Berlingo at third. Comes to the plate. This one fouled, third base side, out of play.
Should this game end here, Candido's final line, 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. So he did the reliever's job. He just came in a pretty bad position.
Sullivan to Benner. That one's upstairs. Jake staying alive. Two count, 2 runners on, both in scoring position with 2 outs. Stamford down to their final strike and final out. Pitch from Sullivan, that one's low.
They're not going down. They're not going down without a fight, even though there's a very minuscule chance that they win this game. They ain't going down yet.
So 3-2, 2 outs. Base hit, ball 4 opportunity for Jake Benner. The pitch from Sullivan. This one lined into the right center field gap, but coming on and making the catch is Pinshinze to end the game. So North Haven stays alive. They get to play one more at Cubetta Stadium for the Pod G Championship game coming up here on SportingNewsCT.com. We'll take a quick break, but we'll be back. 30 minutes of baseball. Aiden Blank will have the call, and it will be an exciting one. So stick with us. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back.
Yeah, absolutely. What were your reaction to North Haven beating possibly the best team in the state?
North Haven just came out and played hard, and they came out and wanted it more. You admitted it before, and we both kind of talked about it. Seemed like Stamford was a bit too comfortable coming into this game with 2 games under their belt, but now both teams have clean slates. Both squads got to win this game. It's win or go home from Cubetta Stadium. The winner goes to the Super Regional. That will definitely be exciting. Will it be North Haven or will it be Stamford, Aiden?
I think Stamford still wins, but I think North Haven could give them a good fight. Final line for Sullivan. 7 innings, 8 hits, a run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. So as Cam said, that's it. We're back in 30 minutes, less at this point. Winners going to the Super Regional. Not much more to say, Cam.
It's going to be an exciting one. Like Aiden said, it's simple. Win or go home. Stamford walking out to the batting cages to get their swings. Both teams got to lock in, get ready to go, grab a bite, and then it's baseball. 7 more innings to decide a winner.
Game 2 on the way. We'll step aside back in 30 minutes. North Haven wins at 7-1. Thanks for watching, everybody.